What's going on, friends? A live stream of the Eric Zane Show podcast. Let's start it off, brought to you by Tag Accounting. TagCPA.net. When you're getting set to, boy, man, look at the bottom line from the great year we all had. Tag Accounting can make sure that you have everything in order so that you get the most back from the government, okay? Don't do it alone. Do not go this route alone. If my air conditioner or my furnace blows up, I'm not going to even attempt to repair that. I'm going to call an expert. The same thing I'll call Joe Martinez. The same thing should be done with your taxes. Okay, this is serious, man. The amount of money that you're going to pay Troy for him to do your taxes, it's going to be one of those things that after you pay him, and then after like he does what he's supposed to do, you're going to be like, my gosh, that was the best money I ever spent. You ever do that? You're just so satisfied with what you purchased. His services are second to none. Do not let this slide. Get ahead of the game right now. You can even, no, I would wait. He needs a cup of coffee. Call him today, though, 616-301-9516. I'll tell you what, if you're listening to this show or watching this show live, wait a little bit. Maybe half hour. And then say, all right, I'm calling Troy. 616-301-9516. The website is tagcpa.net. Take my word for it. You want this guy doing your taxes. And this is one of the clients that I have on the show that works anywhere in the United States. I want to know who the next person is from out of the area who says, yeah, hey, man, I live in Houston, Texas, and Troy is my guy. You can upload all your material, your sensitive, important stuff via his secure web portal, and then you don't have to do anything, really. He just lets you know when the day he's actually doing your return and the time. You have the phone ready in case he has a question for clarification he needs answered, and then you're done. I prefer old school. I go face-to-face with the tax hobbit, Troy Ginzer. But that's just because I love seeing his adorable little cherub-like face. 616-301-9516. Congrats to Mary Wazinski at the Kent County Health Department. I saw her on TV, Nurse Mary, to some of you who recognize her from this show. The immunization director at the Kent County Health Department, her getting her shot. And I know that some of you have been propagating all these videos of look at this, this is so and so getting a shot, but the plunger's already down. Thus, this is proof that the vaccine is not real. Please, as much as I love you enjoying the show, you need to slow your roll. I wanted to say fuck off there. But I pulled it back. Just please relax. Stop spreading your nonsense. Nobody cares, and this is why nobody likes you, okay? Kent County Health Department is doing their best to make sure that the public is aware of everything that you need to know concerning the vaccine, all right? Kent County Health Department online at accesskent.com/health. 616-632-7100. Love you at the Kent County Health Department. My gosh, been a year for you. Hang on. It won't be that much longer. A few more months. All right, we'll get there. And then my pals at TC Paintball somehow managing to meander through all of this quagmire of horseshit to somehow keep it afloat. I give Rick and all of his crew a lot of credit over there. For making things go with TC Paintball. It's almost like the best thing to happen to Rick. It's like the best and the worst thing because the shutdown allowed him to really focus on the outdoor setup, which he got running for this past summer. And, with a limited number of people going through the doors to keep people safe at TC Paintball, he's still throwing you outside. So you warm up inside, and then you go out and play paintball outside on one of two paintball playgrounds, if you will, at TC Paintball. Book an event at TC Paintball, online at tcpaintballgr.com. All right, just dawned on me. I want to make sure my Everything is okay. It's looking like we got a handful of people that are here. Nice to see you all. Welcome back. All right. It is the 21st of December. Winter started at 5:03 Eastern Time. The Eric Zane Show podcast begins now. Hey, this is Blue State Rob. Hey, this is Blue State Rob.
Hey, this is Blue State Rob, and you're listening to the Eric Zane Show podcast, a show hosted by a liberal Republican whose ancestry dates back to the small country of Armenia and fueled by bouts of anxiety and adult attention hyperactivity disorder, also known as ADHD.
It's true.
It's not the best, but still better than radio. Anyway, here's your host, Eric Zane.
Rob, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you. I did get a few more new intros. I haven't yet taken a listen to those. They've been just jam-packed, of course. But if you have an intro that you want to record, all you got to do is basically just hit record on your phone on the little note taker thing, and I don't know, write a couple thoughts down. Do like Blue State Rob, and have at it. Say whatever you want. Say the nastiest shit you want about me. You can absolutely. This is payback for all the things I say about you. And as you know, I do say nasty shit about people who support me. For your dumb opinions and your ridiculous takes on the world. It's nothing personal. I just think your take is stupid. Too often we've gotten to a point in the world where 20 years ago, if you said, well, that's stupid and that's a dumb thing to say, people didn't get butthurt. I'm trying to bring that back. I'm trying to look at you all who are the absolute backbone of this show, who makes it happen and makes it tick and keeps me supported. We need to get to the point where I can look at you and say, that's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard, and then you don't get hurt by it. And I think we're doing a great job at that. For the most part, I have peeled back the sensitive nature of the audience, and they've either gotten tougher or they just went away, and that's okay. You do what you got to do. So I want you to be able to say, Eric, you're a fucking asshole, and you can record that in intro form and send it to me, eric@ericzaneshow.com. That is the quickest way to have your voice heard. Make an intro and do it that way, and then I'll take care of it. I have to apologize. I have concentration is difficult right this moment because about 10 minutes ago, one of these three dogs in here farted, and it's a horrible thing, and the hang time on this fart is really substantial. If you think about a fart on the molecular level, what we have here is the inside of the dog, one of these three, and we'll never know which dog did it, but the used food inside of the dog is festering. And then the festering process is, all right, there's too much gas in here. Let's get it out of us. The dog says, okay. And then, rarely does the dog fart make noise. That's what's the sneaky nature of a dog fart. But a dog fart is wow. It is, it's incredibly ridiculous in its potency. And so then you have this concentrated blast that immediately starts to mingle with the clean air, and you're talking about parts per million. So when it leaves one of these dogs' assholes, it's at probably 1 million parts per million. And then at that concentration, it's like, Amway. Wow. But it's going to take about 15 or 20 days for the fart to leave here. It's that crazy. And, if you'd have seen me, if there was a camera on me 20 minutes ago or however long it was that it happened, I was like, what? Oh, my God. What? How can this even be real? It's just, oh, man. Yeah, it's going to take some focus. There's a lot of things distracting me today. There's ball pain, and then there's the fart. The ball pain is, yeah, I don't know what's going on, but my left nut has this a weird type of discomfort to it. And I remember I was talking with Dr. Grish, the surgeon who operated on me, who flies to work on a jetpack, who revealed to me that he listens to the podcast, which is extremely flattering. I don't know if he's a regular, but I know he's listened to it at least once. And by the way, I'm going to record an interview with him today, and then post it either tomorrow or maybe even later today. That is the guy who did the surgery on me for the Great Kidney Giveaway. I met with Grish on a virtual doctor's appointment prior to leaving California. So it goes like Friday, the 11th of December. I meet with Grish. That's when I hold my phone up to my incision, say, "Hey, Doc, how's this look?" And he goes, "Oh, it looks good." So I said to him, I go, "Doc, my left nut hurts a little." And he didn't really say too much about that. But it hasn't really stopped. So there was a period of time where it kind of like eased up a little bit, but now it's still bugging me. And it's the type of pain where, your balls can take a very little amount of pressure before it hurts. So like if you're any dude and you've ever been hit in the balls, it doesn't take much for that type of sensation of, ooh, oh God, that stomach ache that, depending on the severity of the impact, will actually rise up your body and, cause just great discomfort. It's always like about a 5-second delay before the pain hits. It's really weird to explain, but, yeah, so it's kind of like a lady trying to explain childbirth to a man, that type of pain. But this is a very, very real thing. And the fact that the nuts are exposed. I mean, there is what a vulnerable area that is. And so of the two, the right one has the appropriate level of sensitivity. So if I were to hit it like that on my right one, it probably wouldn't be too bad. But, you hit it any harder than that. Whew, okay, not good. Now the left, though, has something going on. Where if my pants brush up against it, it's like, oh God. So I've got this bit of a nuisance pain going on, and I have to be very, very careful, because if I bump it in any way, or one of Diana's teeth grazes it in a peculiar fashion, it's going to cause a bit of a disruption, and you just can't have that. So I had to send an email because I don't know what I should do on ball recovery here. I know that this is probably just a small little thing that requires just a mild amount of medical attention, but it does require a professional look at it. I'm done waiting for it to go away. That was 10 days ago, and it is still the same. So, but I don't know. I mean, is this a thing where I just go to the doctor and then I pay for it? I personally feel like I'm still in that window where the folks at UCLA should take a look at this. But I can't really show them my balls. Okay, so I reach out to my nurse over there. I go, "Hey, so this is what happened. Is this like in your jurisdiction, or do I just do this on my own?" So I'd actually had to write, "Dear Sheila, my left testicle appears to be hurting still. Can you?" She's a nurse, so it's cool. She hears everything. Can you advise me as to what I should do with this nut pain going forward? Sarah says, "Oh my God, get it checked out." I'm gonna. I definitely am. It'll be in the next day or so. Phew. Alexis says, "There goes my breakfast." Must be talking about I'm guessing Alexis is referring to the dog fart incident. All right. I see that Linda Hall is enjoying the podcast. And boy, what a mystery. What in God's name, Linda Hall, is your problem with one of the brightest, sweetest stars on the horizon in terms of athletics and humanity? Linda is a massive Alabama fan. And yeah, that's a little screwed up because, well, I mean, a lot of people like Alabama. I don't. But she does. And but that isn't the problem here. The problem is Zaniac Linda cannot stand Trevor Lawrence, the Clemson quarterback, who is the best quarterback in college football. In fact, he's probably better than like half the NFL. And so his team kicks the ass of Notre Dame over the weekend. And boy, that was just an unbelievable shellacking that took place. And I just don't know why you hate this guy so much. He seems to be wonderful. I think she was talking with my better half, Diana, and she referenced, I don't know, maybe it's the hair. Who hates someone because of their hair? Would you just slow your roll to some degree? This is a good dude. By all accounts, he's absolutely fantastic. So for that reason alone, I want Clemson to win the national championship. I flat out love that guy. It's just crazy to think, though, that he might be on the New York Jets or the Jacksonville Jaguars. Did you see that story where the Jacksonville New York Jets, they hadn't won a game all year, and somehow they managed to beat Los Angeles, the Rams? And so now that fucks everything up because they won't have a shot at this guy. This guy is so good. Even though the Jets just a couple of years ago drafted this quarterback named Sam Darnold, they're already giving up on this fucker. They're like, fuck him, man. You need to win more than like one game or 0 games. Holy shit. So the Jets fans like, oh my God, give us friggin' Trevor Lawrence. And now they screwed it all up because they won the damn game. My God. All right. This show, as you know, is you can get it in many, many ways. You have the live stream available on Facebook.com/Eric Zane fan page. Brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. Would you please, if you're enjoying the show on Facebook right now, right this very second, hit the share button. Share it. Eric's on. Eric's on. He gets more people, welcomes more people to the party. That's how we do it. If you are enjoying the show on Twitter, a Periscope video brought to you by Blue Frost IT, please retweet it and follow my show at Eric Zane Show on Twitter. I appreciate that. If we continue to go at this rate, we'll have Twitter followers at the level of one Ben Glaze, and we don't want that. And then the almighty YouTube, brought to you by F45 Training in Byron Center, Michigan. Eric Zane Show on YouTube. Subscribe. Hit the bell notifications. That way you know when I will go live. Stand by. All right. So that is all available for you. And, of course, wherever you download podcasts, the Eric Zane Show podcast is available. Okay? And, some of you folks, I've got a lot of audience that are more tech savvy than others. And don't be a stranger. If you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, when I say, you can download the audio wherever you download podcasts. If that doesn't make sense to you for some reason, that's okay. Just reach out to me. Eric at ericzaneshow.com, or just search my name online and spend about 5 minutes and you will figure it out. No big deal. So there you go. The podcast available wherever you download podcasts, or you can just go to ericzaneshow.com and click where it says free podcast at the top, hit subscribe. It kind of just takes you through it. It's really easy to follow along with. Today on the show, first of all, story we all need, and it's combined with the great food giveaway and a story about a lady who baked a lasagna and how it has taken off to be an unbelievable thing. What the hell are you talking about? A lady who baked a lasagna and it turned out to be a wonderful thing. This is just one of those self-starter, help somebody stories that I think is fantastic, which is right up my alley. You see something like this and you kind of just want to help out. So great food giveaway. I'm going to talk about that. Vaccine. Who's next in line? I'll tell you. 60 Minutes last night did a segment on the vaccine and how it came to be. I'm going to play you a couple of clips from that show. I don't normally go the extra mile to give you details on child rapers and their efforts to diddle kids. Now, I don't think a kid was diddled here, but it was very, very close to being a kid diddling. But the brashness and the boldness of the kid diddler, the reckless nature of the kid diddler, was the undoing of the kid diddler. And you've got kind of like a scenario where all these different jurisdictions in different parts of the country work together to bring the kid diddler to justice. And that's happening right now. But the story about this maniac is absolutely chilling. And he is one of these guys who was kind of like hiding in plain sight. He ran for Congress in the state of Virginia. And the nature of this guy's extreme efforts to make this all a reality and how they were thwarted is just ridiculous to me. A bonkers cautionary tale that they will always be out there, those maniacs. It's just sickening to me. Diana gets an ally in the great paper plate war of 2020. I just cannot get over this. The nature of some of you people and about whether to use paper plates in the home. And you shouldn't. It's an absolute joke. And she is starting to get more and more allies. I know Sexy Voice Andrea was hard and fast in her support on Diana. And now Bleeding Heart Brian, that pain in the ass, is doing the same thing. And the Christmas star is here. Okay, tips on how to see it. And boy, I've been hearing about the Christmas star. It better be great for the amount of hype that I've heard about it. But there might be a problem. Okay, that all on this show. Welcome. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope your ball doesn't hurt. Hope your dog isn't farting in the room. Which, by the way, that fart is still in here. It's, you know how like you become nose blind? Like if you smell something terrible in one place for long enough and then it kind of goes away, but then you walk out of the room for 10 minutes, comes back, and then it's just as strong. Right now, I'm reasonably nose blind. It's actually in my body. I'm consuming it. It's in my clothes. Holy crap. As you know, we started the Great Food Giveaway just over, about 10 days ago. And I think one of the things to point out about the Great Food Giveaway is that it was just like, okay, we're going to do this. And we're not going to sit around and we're not going to wait and we're not going to try to set up 1 million things and try to make it all these different moving parts. It was just real simple. I'm setting up a Venmo and a PayPal. Throw money at me and I will buy a ton of food to give away to people. Any extra food, we give it away to the mission. Any extra money, we give it away to a local charity. That's it. That's how it works. We had $115 come in over the weekend from Jason and Sam. And no more money. I don't want any more money sent because it's just going to get confusing. So don't send any more money, okay? We have collected. At first, our goal was to get 40 families fed, okay? 40 families fed with a Christmas dinner. So that means 40 boxes. Each box would have a spiral ham, a bag of potatoes, a couple cans of corn, a package of King's Hawaiian rolls, a jar of gravy, and a pie. 40 families, 40 boxes. We go to Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid on Wednesday, starting at 2 p.m. Car pulls up, put the box into the car. The Grand Rapids Pit Bull Alliance is there. They it's a charity trying to get pit bulls adopted and take care of dogs like that. And that way, it's another great charity. They give you free food if you have a pet for your dog, free dog food, and then we send you on your way. That's it. 40 families. But and it was all starting right at the end of the Great Kidney Giveaway when I was in California. The generosity blew up, and within hours, we had the goal met for the 40 meals. And so then I said, well, we got to increase it. We got to do 1,000. I'm sorry, damn it, 100. 1,000 is maybe next year. 100 meals. And with the logistics involved, that meant getting a hold of my friends at Meijer and saying, look, that's a lot of hams to get. So they had to do some shell game, moving around. Okay, yes, we can get it. Now, again, you might be like, well, why don't you do this? Or why don't you do that? Look, we only had a week. So this is the way we're going to do it. Now, in the upcoming years, like next year down the road, there is going to be more infrastructure set up to do this a different way, all with the same goal. But I felt, and I know you felt, that the need is so over the top. Screw all that. Let's throw a bunch of money in it because we're going to draw some attention to this. And I know people want to give $5, $10, $15, $20 here and there. Some of you more based on your scenario. Some of you folks who have a little bit more cash heavy, we're able to drop more in the bucket, and that's a freaking godsend. I saw a sign on the street at one of the 8 million churches. Actually, no, it was at the one of the schools. There was a sign that said, "Giving has never made anyone poor." And I'm like, holy shit, what a great thing to say. Giving has never made anyone poor. Awesome. And so that's kind of like what happened here. All of that money that came in allowed us to buy 100 meals. Each meal, I had it priced at a little over $26. So the estimate was just under $2,700 to pay for those 100 meals. Any extra money would then be donated to an organization known as Kids Food Basket, who, well, they feed kids. Basically, how that works, that charity works, without getting too far into it, is they pack sack lunches for kids at schools. They have an army of volunteers, and all the money that they generate, they're 100% driven by donations. All this money in these locations that they have, all the money goes to buying food, and then volunteers break it down, package the food into sack lunches, which are then shipped off by volunteers, drive them to locations throughout all these school districts in and around the community. And then kids get a lunch every day, a sack lunch with everything they need. And it is just a juggernaut of love. And they feed so many young people who are so at risk for starvation and hunger. I mean, this is like legit how much the need is. So we, just by doing the stupid podcast, talking about it on here, and your generosity, raised, after Sam and Jason's last minute donations, $4,133.98, 4133.98. So I told you that the estimate was about $2,700, a little less for all of that food from Meijer. Well, it turns out Meijer had a buy a pie, get one 50% off sale. And so that brought our cost way down. I went and here's the receipt. I went and bought all of the food on Saturday. I met dear friends Mike and Evan Ball. These two unbelievably respectable gentlemen helped me. I'll get to their story in a second. But while they were doing the heavy lifting, because I can't lift anything because, A, my left ball hurts, and I'm not supposed to. Doctor's orders, 15 pounds and more. No, can't do it. I was paying for it, and with your money, thank you. And the total that I thought was just under $2,700 was actually $2,267.95. I'll post this online for you to take a look at. So that means we take that off of our total collected of 4133.98, which means I will be making a donation online to Kids Food Basket for $1,866.03. Well done. Thanks to Mike and Evan. they've got a trailer. Mike is the dad. Evan is the son. Mike distributes Little Debbie products, and he has this awesome trailer. So he loaded all the food in while I was taking care of the paperwork here. And yeah, that's it. So now all of the non-perishable food is right now in my driveway awaiting for our big Wednesday giveaway. On Wednesday, Mike and Evan are going to grab that trailer, take it to Meijer, get 100 hams and 100 pies, day of, and then with all of the boxes, all of the non-perishables, and then the hams and the pies, those two guys are going to meet me over at Irvine's, where then we're going to box all this up. We're going to get there at about 1 p.m.-ish, okay? And then I've been talking about how people can be, the customers or recipients can start lining up at 2 p.m. Now, this is where I'm focusing now at this point, because all of that great stuff is done. And thank you to all the volunteers and people who are donating their time. And if you, by the way, would like to join us, I've got a sign-up sheet. I think I pinned it. I might not have pinned it on the top of our Facebook page. If not, I will. But just be there at Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrids, anytime after 1 o'clock to help out. The more the merrier. But I will pin that sign-up sheet so that we can get a head count of how many people are going to be there. So there's that. And then we're going to give it all away until it's gone. If you are listening to this show right now, and it's a struggle. If it's a struggle for you, man, don't worry about it. Just get the food. Every penny counts. And if things are tough right now, take advantage of this and get this damn food. No one's going to judge you. No one's going to give you a funny look or anything, even if we know you. And if you're the type of person that's like, well, hey, I know you know me, so I'm well, okay, have somebody else come in your place. If that's what it takes. Do whatever it takes to get that food in your possession so you can eat. That's what we're focusing on here. Feeding these people. You've all done an amazing job. And even just so much as sharing that we're doing the event is helping. And I can't stress enough for the folks who are like, well, I feel bad because I wasn't able to give anything. And I know Eric knows I listen, and you might be having some degree of anxiety about that. Hey, don't worry about it. Everybody's in a different spot right now. And not everything is perfect for some of you. Relax. It's quite all right. We've got this covered. The work is done. Don't even sweat it. So that's all I'm focusing on now is getting the food into the right hands. So if you could spread the word for us by sharing the event that we're doing. Hey, if you're food sensitive, which is what the words that are used to describe people, or you need a free, 100% free, no questions asked, Christmas dinner, this is what you do. Just drive to Irvine starting at 2 p.m. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. Thank you for letting us use your parking lot and all of the help that you guys have done. They also provided the porta potty that is there for the volunteers. And then that's it, man. And I was talking to my boy, Mike Ball and Evan, when they were visiting, and they go, boy, when we get this thing up and running with a little bit more organization rather than just slapping it together in a matter of days, it's going to be fantastic, man. I want to be able to do this more than once a year. I want to be able to do this for other holidays, just feed as many people as we can. And I want to be able to do it in other parts of the listening audience, okay, so that it grows, And I think we absolutely can do this. It's kind of like when you just kind of focus on it and, all right, we can do this, this, and this. Good things happen, okay? Just good things happen when you kind of focus on things and see it in a different light. And I don't know, man, just get the Holy Spirit in you. It's what it's all about. And that's how I feel. I just feel like we're kind of on fire with this show, with a mission as a group. And I think that we can get a lot done. We can do a lot of good things. Like my friends at the Good Works Gang, who I did not receive a card from over the weekend. Boy, that is a mystery. What is up with the Good Works Gang? Random people sending me greeting cards. Thank you so much. It makes me feel good. Okay, A story we all need, kind of goes hand in hand with what we're talking about on the Great Food Giveaway, is this sweet lady, I'm not sure where she's at, in New York maybe, who just decided to make a lasagna. Okay? She decided to make a lasagna for someone who was hungry. And man, gosh, this is absolutely fantastic. Check this out.
Across the country, the need has never been greater. Millions impacted by COVID's economic fallout lining up for food donations.
I was feeling pretty helpless. Friends who were losing jobs, friends who were losing childcare.
In California, Rhiannon men decided to step up.
Nice job.
I might have said New York. I meant California.
When the pandemic began, she found families who could use a home-cooked meal and, along with her daughter, made lasagna after lasagna.
It's the perfect comfort food. There's something about delivering someone a lasagna that says, like, hey, I'm thinking about you. I care. Like, here's some warmth and kindness and love.
It started something she never expected.
In those first few weeks, I got some people replying saying, I really love what you're doing, and can I make lasagnas too? Sprinkle, sprinkle.
Rhiannon's Kitchen of Kindness, now a mouthwatering movement called Lasagna Love. People sign up online to cook, donate, or request a dish. Then givers and recipients are paired by location.
Wow.
In just 7 months, the lasagna mamas and papas delivering more than 10,000 meals.
What?
Marcy Saraki volunteers from her home in Chicago.
I can't think of a better way to help show somebody that you care about them.
Tastes yummy, yummy, yummy in my tummy.
And in Jackson,
Is there anything worse? And there is not a story that exists that can't be ruined by a kid voice. I don't know what it is because I love kids, but for some reason, whenever I hear a kid's voice, just the audio, it's like too much. I can't handle it. Don't put kids in stories.
Florida, Amy Carson and daughter Issa now making meals ahead of the holidays.
It just feels really good to be passing our blessings on to others.
For mom Katie Perry in Boston, getting help with a hot dinner became a bright spot during a difficult time.
It's been rough. We have the kids home now, so things are really hectic. Trying to juggle, obviously, lots of things at once.
Now she's paying it forward, cooking with her kids for others in her community. Simple dishes that mean so much.
My hope is that the people who are volunteering for the first time, or the people who are inspired to lend a helping hand during Christmas, that they'll have the same feeling I had, like that feeling of warmth and love.
That's it. That's what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about with the whole Great Food Giveaway or the Great Kidney Giveaway, whatever great next thing we're going to do. It's all about that. So, yeah, and then you know what you do is you help these people, and then when they turn it around, or when things, they might do the same thing. Become a lasagna mama. Well, I would love to do that. By the way, LASAGNA. Lasagna is one of those words that I couldn't spell to save my life. LASGNALOVE.org. And then you click sign up to become a lasagna mama. By the way, the lady who created this is a total MILF. We're so excited to have you. Get started now. Yeah, and you just fill out the form and you can make a lasagna for somebody. All right? And then also you can, it says sponsor a lasagna mama. Help them reach even more families with a monthly sponsorship. This is really fantastic. She did a hell of a job setting this up. And see, this is what I'm talking about. This website is really streamlined and effective and well done. And then, so there's 3 spots. You can make the lasagnas, you can throw money and help them make them, or you can request a meal delivery. And then they pair you up with somebody fantastic. That is awesome. I love stories like this. Very, very cool. All right. That is the open of the Eric Zane Show podcast. I hope you're enjoying it. I try my best. Key sponsors bring you the show. First of all, I do want to mention that I have a Patreon. What the hell is a Patreon? I keep hearing about it, Eric. Well, that's where I put more content up each and every day. If you like the Eric Zane Show podcast, join my Patreon. The way that works is straight up. I give you the content. You throw a few bucks at me for the content. A little bit different than what we do here with the sponsorships. There's no sponsors on Patreon. But it does provide a boost to the Eric Zane Show podcast household, being that this is my job. And I got to feed dogs and pay vet bills. By the way, more on that in a second. If you notice on the live stream, Daisy is sleeping with her face resting directly on Bruce's ass. And if Bruce is the one who's responsible for that dog fart, then I don't know how Daisy is still alive, being that she would be front line. She'd be on the business end of yesterday's Alpo. So, man, I hope she's still alive. Okay. Anyway, on Patreon, I do a podcast every week with one Ben Glaze, who I used to do a radio show with on WBBL. And so you can sign up for that. It appears once a week, the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast, patreon.com/Eric Zane. Irvine's been talking about them for a lot of the show at Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids Hybrid. Finally, a place where you can trust every single person that is involved with the service of your vehicle. That can be tricky business. The last thing you want is to feel like you got screwed. Trust me, I trust Irvine's, and so do a lot of people. Just take the word of all the people who have put so many positive Google reviews on them. Go to irvines.com to see those reviews. They are proudly displayed right on their site, and you'll see the long list of people that are like, wow, these guys are absolutely the best. 616-532-6600 for Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids Hybrid. Joe Martinez, the heating and air conditioning specialist in this area of West Michigan. I know some of my sponsors are central only to this neck of the woods, but that's the way we do it. I appreciate them. If your furnace or air conditioning setup goes south, you have an expert that can help you. Irvine's Auto Repair. I'm sorry. Damn it. I'm combining sponsors now. A&E Heating and Cooling, 616-516-8579. Get your furnace tuned up for just $79. And if you have any issues at all, you're like, uh-oh, this thing's not acting right, you need to call Joe. 616-516-8579. Excuse me. Oh, bummer. No water. Hey, Siri.
Uh-huh.
Call Pooh on speaker.
Just to confirm, you'd like to call Jeremy Poole. Mobile?
No. Why does
Who
this?
would you like to call?
Pooh.
Okay, I won't do it.
See, this works when I'm not on the podcast. It works every time. Hey, Siri. Call Pooh on speaker.
Just to confirm, you'd like to call Jeremy Poole.
No, I don't want to call Jeremy. Shut up. Every single time. I swear to God, it works when I'm not doing the show. She thinks I'm going to call her to pick a fight. We had a horrible day yesterday.
Hello?
Hey, I was just saying that the audience, telling the audience, you probably think I'm calling just to pick another fight with you.
Yeah, this kind of crossed my mind.
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
However, that was a horrible, horrible day yesterday. It was just terrible.
Yeah, I don't think I'm still not recovered from it, I don't think.
We ended up calling it a draw, did we not?
I think so. Yes.
Okay. Well, I don't want to go back to it. You know, just going to let that lie.
Okay.
I started the podcast today and I don't have any water.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
What do you need water for?
What do you think? You think I'm like growing a garden?
Well, do you always take water in there?
Well, it's a good practice. I mean, I'm sitting here talking to these people sometimes for 2 hours alone. I might need a drink of water.
So
I feel that now. So I'm wondering if you would please do me a favor and bring me some water. Are you washing the car or something right now?
No, my Santa Claus was falling over, so I had to set him back up.
Okay. All right.
So you need some water.
Yes. Please.
And you want me to bring it to you?
Please.
Okay. I don't know if you deserve it, but I will.
I probably don't. Now, when you walk in, I want you to pay special attention.
Why?
Well, actually, I'll mention it when you get here. Forget that I said that.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll be right
I'll
there.
see you in a minute.
Okay, bye.
Oh, now the camera's on, so don't be nude or anything. You still there?
Huh?
I said the camera's on, so don't be nude or anything.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Bye. I want to see if at 1 hour after that fart has been dealt by one of these dogs, if she still, if she notices. In a perfect world, she'll walk in and go, "Oh my God," and you'll be able to see it. But I'll quiz her and ask her if she probably won't. I know that her nose is not nearly as sensitive as mine. I mean, mine's it's obviously it's huge. I have more sense of smell receptors in my nose than she could ever have. Her nose is just too small. All right. One more sponsor I want to talk about. John Jenkins over at Forever Lawn, West Michigan. Forever Lawn installs synthetic grass to your home or your business. All different styles. I want you to check out what he does for a living by going to foreverlawn.com, FOREVER lawn.com/WMI. The pandemic put him in business. He was in another line of work, and he's like, well, I can't do this anymore, so I'm now going to do this. I love the entrepreneurial, that's a hard word to say, spirit of someone who says, yeah, I know it's a 100-year pandemic, but I'm going to get this done. Forever Lawn is a product that is distributed and installed all across the country, and then people like John decide that they want to be a dealer of it. Dealer, seller, installer of it. Hi, why do you have your mask on?
Because it's smelly in here.
Stand over here. You need to take the mask off.
I'm not getting it.
What I wanted the audience to see if you'd know. I wanted the mask off for a particular reason.
Why does it smell like in here?
Yeah, I know.
Did you leave something in here?
I didn't leave anything in here. 1 hour ago, an hour ago, one of these dogs farted. And you can smell it, can't you?
Yes.
I know. Imagine when it hit. It was about one. It was just before the show started. I was like, "Whoa, no! This is horrible." I don't know who it was. I know that Bruce took a dump this morning. So you might want to let them out. One of them might be holding in a poo, like right there. Because if one of them farts again, it's going to set me over the edge.
Okay, well, if they fart again, call me and I'll let them out.
No, because they might have to poo and then they're uncomfortable.
They're asleep.
Yeah, I know, but they're dogs. So they might be uncomfortable.
Listen, if they had to poo that bad, they would be at the door. So
Can you please just help your husband?
No, I will let them out.
You can't just let the dog. I mean, how hard is it to just go?
Let them out an hour ago. They're fine.
Okay, well, no, seriously. Will you please let them out?
Which one?
All of them.
Okay, come
Just
on.
because they might be uncomfortable and I don't want them.
Honey?
It's not good to hold in your feces.
Want me to bring them back in?
Sure.
Come on, Pussy. Come on.
O'Neill, go on. Go take a dump. Go on. You see they don't want to. You see this here? They're too dumb to know that they can go around because they're dogs. You gotta wrangle. That's the thing with them. You have to actually wrangle. It's dog wrangling. Thank you. Thanks for the water.
Come on, Daisy.
Yeah, you see, they like stop in mid-step like that. What a thing. Absolutely ridiculous. Hang on, I need to drink this. Thank you, Dinah. By the way, we have an asshole of the day to award. Last week it was David Working, the guy who sued his parents for the porno collection. Remember that? Hold up. Got an email about that guy too. You know, some people get the story late. By the way, I can't stress this enough. If you're here I am on December 21st. And if you're listening to this on I don't know, January 5th, if you're one of these people who likes to listen to the show in order, screw that. Just jump to the day I'm talking, jump to day of. If you get behind, don't worry about it. You can make that up later. I want you up to date because if you're up to date, you might have an opinion about something I'm talking about that might be a little more timely, So, yeah, I know it's a podcast and people like to listen to the whole thing. They think that treat this more like a radio show because of the topicality of it. That's just my suggestion. You can do whatever you want. Sean, only a couple days behind, writes, call back on porno guy. Congrats to asshole 42-year-old loser son, David Working. He claimed his inheritance early. If I'm his parents, hopefully sitting on a nest egg with some real assets, maybe a summer home or vintage cars, I'm offloading everything. This son of a bitch gets his settlement, and that is it. Sick, disgusting pig of a human. Signed, Sean. Couldn't agree more. Rick from TC Paintball says, hey, we are open indoor. We'll still continue with the outdoor option, weather permitting, but are good for limited indoor events, limited capacity. You got it, Rick. I'm on it. Thank you, TC Paintball. In Michigan today, I think Big Dick Donnie can open up the bowling alleys again. And I think the movie theaters are open today. How about that? Getting back after it. Fucking Whitmer. She hates me. The only reason why she's doing this is because she wants me to die. Stupid fuck. Holy shit. All right. No offense. Not her, you. All right. Anyway, where was I? Forever Lawn, West Michigan. Call up my man John Jenkins at 616-258-6450. So at Forever Lawn, West Michigan, holy crap, what we offer: landscape lawn, canine grass, playground grass, golf greens, sports greens, splash grass, bocce grass. For your residence or for your business, you can look into how this works. foreverlawn.com/WMI. Forever Lawn, grass without limits. There's a nice little photo gallery about how it looks on some of these places. Oh, my God. Absolutely spectacular. Think about them, the distributor of Forever Lawn in West Michigan. Foreverlawn.com/WMI. Call 616-258-6450. And to John and his better half, Casey, thank you for contributing and supporting the great food giveaway. Vaccine is slowly spreading throughout the country. And I know that is I tell you what, every time I turn around, I've got yet another email from Red State Dirk about how happy he is about the vaccine and how he is going to be the first in line as soon as it gets to where he is. As soon as they say, yes, the next person is line, or the next person in line is guy who is way too much into bass guitar, Rush, and Boba Fett. He will be the first one in line. The vaccine is spreading throughout the country, and the story that I have talks about who is next. First of all, the Moderna one is the latest. And as of right now, about 550,000 people were vaccinated. Did you see every Yahoo in the world is spreading some type of misinformation about somebody getting a shot, and it looks kind of funky the way they're getting it. And so I think there was one with Nancy Pelosi and the usual suspects of dipshit behavior posted. Oh, this is clear. Oh, thanks. Hey, the dogs are back. Bruce, come on in. Hold on. We got to hold that thought about that diatribe I was about to unleash. Hey, where's everybody else at? Hey, Bruce is here. Is the rest of you coming in? I don't know. I guess he got away from her. Hey, are you coming? All right. Well, she's going to interrupt me in a second. There was one about Nancy Pelosi and, like, I don't know, the syringe looked weird or something like that, and the conspiracy theorists and idiots are like, well, this is proof that, and they whatever put whatever bullshit remark, and I'm like, come on, you guys, just can't you shut the fuck up for just a few days? Just stop looking at that shit and stop spreading your bullshit. Nobody needs to see this. Oh my God. Just please give me a fucking break. If I see one more stupid dipshit post saying that the vaccine either doesn't work or is going to kill you, or I'm not giving this to my kids because they're going to die, I want to fucking strangle you every time I see these things. Stop doing this shit. What the fuck is wrong with you? All right. Now, the next people to get it, my dad. People 75 and over, and essential workers like first responders, grocery store workers. God bless the grocery store workers, man. Talk about a defeated bunch of people who've just been through the ringer. You walk through any store and they've got this 1,000-yard stare going. They're like, oh, shit, oh, fuck, another day. And just having to put up with all these assholes. I saw one fucking moron walking through the store who, and for some reason, I don't know why it is. I'm just going to call it like I see it. I've gotten this far doing just that. For some reason, it's always Michigan fan. It's always like University of Michigan fan. I don't know why it is. And I was telling this to Mike Ball. The anti-masker is always this cock. This dick had a shirt that said Michigan, Block M. He had a hat on, Michigan, Block M, a fucking mask that said Michigan under his chin, walking through the fucking grocery store. And I just want to shake him. I'm like, you fucking asshole. Why even bother? Okay? Son of a bitch. Grocery store workers and teachers are next in line. So my sweet better half, Diana, will be able to get the vaccine. You don't mix vaccines. So if you get a Pfizer vaccine, the last thing you want to do is get like the 21 days later, the Moderna vaccine. There's no mixing of the vaccine jizz. None of that shit. So that's happening while a second vaccine began rolling out to hospitals as the nation works to get the coronavirus pandemic under control. So since this all started, 556,000 Americans. Now, this really isn't going to change shit for an extended amount of time. It is going to take a long, long time for us to be at a spot where, hey, I think we're winning. We're not even going to notice it in any way. 60 Minutes did a nice story yesterday. This is one of the doctors from New York University. His name is Mark Mulligan, talking about this exact thing, starting with the conversation about, hey, are we going to be able to throw our masks away just like that?
Can we all just say goodbye to our masks? I'm afraid not. We aren't sure yet that the vaccines will prevent asymptomatic infection. The vaccine isn't probably going to make a difference for this current surge that we're in.
We're still going to be going through this for a while.
Absolutely. This won't be like a light switch that's on off, but rather like those dimmer switches that we slowly turn up to bring up the lights. 5%, 10, 20, 50% of people getting vaccinated over months. But to end the pandemic in 2021, we need to get probably 75% of people vaccinated, and then we can stop the pandemic.
So
Can we all just say goodbye to?
So there you go, 75%. Doable, I'm sure. Yes, you're going to get the handful of people who are being like, I'm not doing it. What's it going to take? I mean, if everybody takes it and after 6 months, it's good, will you then come around? Or are you going to be obstinate and headstrong throughout this entire process for the rest of your life going forward? I also saw a story about England has a mutant strain right now that is running rampant through the United Kingdom. And some information about this, not misinformation, information about this. This strain of the virus is a hell of a lot easier to catch, so they're trying to keep it contained there. This strain isn't any more deadly, okay? It isn't any more potent or make you more sick in any way, shape, or form. It's just a lot easier to catch. The one that we're used to or we've been hearing about is already viciously easy to catch. The one in England right now is a lot easier. So that's kind of bubbling under. Also, there's been some talk of, oh, well, you see, I mean, there's no point in getting the vaccine. It's already mutated. That's not true at all. The one that's spreading and propagating right now at a faster rate in England is still, you can still vaccinate for it. The vaccination will still work to that. One doctor that I saw on the news this morning said it takes years for a virus to become resistant to a vaccine. They do, and this will, but it doesn't happen that quickly. So just some food for thought. All that's spreading is another variation of it that is just more easily contracted. Also on 60 Minutes last night, this is Katherine Jansen, who's in charge of making vaccines. Like, this is the lady at Pfizer who it's her job. She is like in charge of all of the people that made the fucking thing. This is her story in a nutshell. Part of just a little snippet of her interview with Bill Whitaker on 60 Minutes last night about how she was like, holy shit, we got to get to work and fast when she was in New York looking at the dead.
Vaccine. This is a worldwide pandemic, the worst in a century. A vaccine with this technology had never gone to market before. That's a big bet you made that this would work.
Yeah, I didn't see it as much maybe as a bet, because we are scientists. That's what we do for a living every day. We discover new things. Everything is new.
Katherine Jansen is head of vaccine research and development for Pfizer. Based in New York, it's one of the largest pharmaceutical companies in the world. The day the vaccine... Jansen, who developed an interest in science as a child in Germany, grew up to develop vaccines for pneumonia and the HPV virus. So when she first heard of the novel coronavirus, her thoughts turned immediately to a vaccine. When you were starting off on this mission, New York was on fire with this virus.
Yeah, we were living in the hot zone in New York, and we saw firsthand what was happening every day. And Bill, the most chilling thing for me was when we walked our dog and you see one refrigerated truck after the other appearing in the parking lots in front of the hospitals.
The refrigerator truck morgues.
Morgues, right. That was absolutely fueling the desire to come up with the vaccine, no matter what it takes.
This was kind of personal.
I took this very personally. I wanted to fight it, beat it, fight it down. It was nothing else mattered.
Okay. Some numbers for thought. Food for thought, numbers for thought. As I think Daisy might not be with us. I think Diana brought O'Neill back up. Daisy might be like, all right, I'm just staying with you. Hopefully they pooped. I'll get an update on that in a second. So if you were to look statistically at rate of infection, rate of death, just trends. Okay? You can make predictions. Here's several. As of right now, you're looking at a certain number of deaths, well over 300,000 in the United States. And if you were to look, fast forward to the month of April, and at its current projection, sorry. It's supposed to be working better, but it's not. Current projection, by April, there would be 558,000 dead. Rapid vaccine rollout, 539,000 dead. If there was universal masks, the prediction would be 504,000 dead. If mandates eased, there would be 708,000 deaths by March 28th, 2021. The U.S. alone. Think about that. So, the way it's going right now with, the way states have mandates and things like that and just trends, that number of 558,000, 739,000 by the end of March, by March 28th, is remarkable when you think about it, because we're sitting where we are right now, 15,000. If they just said, all right, forget it, nobody has to wear a mask, everything's open, to think that number would then go to 708,733. Now, this is just math. This isn't like doom and gloom. This is just math. So really, there's no good. It's going to keep, it's all different levels of terrible, with the biggest level of terrible being, okay, go ahead and take your masks off. But so to me, the idea of, if let's just say Joe Biden comes in here and says, all right, everybody's got to wear a mask, and it would save 208,000 lives. Why is that a big deal? It's not really, if you think about it. Why does that piss people off so much? The fact that 208,000 less people would die, is supposed to be a good thing. So I'm just not understanding you when you say that you won't do that. Maybe explain yourself and help me to understand where you're coming from here, but I don't understand why you wouldn't want that. As the vaccine takes hold, though, it will dramatically drop off, because though those numbers will be that high, you're looking at a number where, like right now, we're looking at 2,400 deaths on average a day, 2,485 deaths a day. By the time the end of March rolls around, we'll be sitting at somewhere about 1,000 deaths a day. So to the point that guy made, it's still terrible, but it's going to take some time to be less terrible. Hey, if you're listening to an audio version of this podcast, I would appreciate if you would subscribe to it, rate it, and review it. Throw a review at me. Give me 5 stars, say something shitty, and off we go. That's on any of the podcasting platforms that have a review framework in place. I would appreciate if you would review the podcast and subscribe to it. Subscribe, rate, and review the Eric Zane Show podcast. I've got a managed IT service provider for this show. It is Blue Frost IT. Yeah. If you are in business, small or medium-sized business, in and around the West Michigan area, you need boots on the ground to help you if your IT goes south. They're in my stable here. If something goes wrong, I call upon Blue Frost IT. They fix it. It is a monthly service contract. Okay, you need nerds to work on your stuff if things go south. You don't want to be responding to an issue and then trying to repair it. Okay, online at bluefrostit.com. Hi, Daisy. Are you back too, honey? What's up? 616-200-8550 for Blue Frost IT. Mario is my mortgage guy. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage, 231-332-6505. Oh, my gosh, it's an incredible time to get a mortgage. Yeah, I know. You're like, oh, my God, we can't get a mortgage, man. We've got credits in the shitter. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Just let him handle it. You might be right. You could very well be right on that. But it's still good to get on his radar so he can kind of get some information as to what you're going to need so that you can get that mortgage. 231-332-6505 for the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. We got a 3-dog night going on the couch. Now, as you watch, you folks that are just listening to the audio podcast, you won't get this. But see, right now, there's no space for Daisy, but she's going to make space. And she's going to kick one of these two off. She's way annoyed right now. And so these guys are trying to ignore her. What are you going to do, Daisy? Now, she usually is victorious in this. So while I finish up these ads, keep your eye on this drama unfolding before our eyes. Some of you have probably already seen it before. All right, call upon Mario, 231-332-65, the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. One of my newest sponsors is Cornhole America. Holy crap. I love Cornhole America. Jason and his crew making professional grade cornhole boards for all of the country. Oh, man, absolutely fantastic. Cornholeamerica.com. You can put anything onto a set of cornhole boards. Even my logo. I've got the Eric Zane Show podcast cornhole boards there. You can, I'll link them up in the comments of this podcast. You can get more information, but they're at cornholeamerica.com, based in Cedar Springs, Michigan. Holy cow. Custom design your own wedding boards. You know, a lot of these weddings, especially in the summertime, they're outdoors. You have like, what to do at the wedding. You can have a husband and wife, happy couple cornhole boards. You can have their images on them. You can have whatever you want on a set of cornhole boards and on the bags. Okay. So this all started when Jason was just he went to a party and they had a set of cornhole boards like a decade and a half ago. I think I can make those. And it's turned into an entire industry for him. He is the premier in the United States maker and distributor of cornhole boards. Okay. Cornhole America is not some national entity that he just signed up and became part of. No, that's his business that he made. He's the boss. He's the big swinging dick of cornhole boards, okay? Cornholeamerica.com. You can get the boards. You can get the bags. You can get all the accessories, everything you want. You can even have cornhole. If you already have a set of boards, you can order a set of wraps because let's say, my boards are fine, but I want to give them like a facelift. He can send you the wraps and you can put them on your board. Okay, with the instructions on how to do that. They're like $50. You can do okay. So you're Patriot Nick and you're so in love with your wife, you want to put her beautiful face on a set of cornhole boards. You can call upon Cornhole America and get her face put on the boards. What a gift. I love these guys so much at cornholeamerica.com. Thank you. Okay. The creepiest of the kid touchers gets busted. Nathan Larson. Oh, my God. Now, this guy, Nathan Larson, he's a child raper. And I'm looking at a photograph of when he was a candidate for the 31st district of somehow. It was in Virginia. He was running for state government in Virginia. That's what it was. And so, he's got the picture of, dark suit, red tie, no doubt a Republican. Got the fucking American. I'm just saying that because of the tie. He's got the American flag behind him. His hair's all neatly cut. He looks like a fine, upstanding young gentleman. Now there's the mugshot. Wow. Completely different guy. Just, he's got the eyes of a guy whose fingers smell like the inside of a kid's butthole. 40-year-old Nathan Daniel Larson facing felony charges in Fresno County, California for kidnapping, child abduction, soliciting child porno from a minor, and meeting a child for the intention of sex. This guy went, he went the extra mile, and he almost got away with it. And this is absolutely terrifying, because what these sick fuckers do is they're smart enough to know what young people, like school-age kids, 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old kids, boys and girls, what they do to communicate, what various messaging apps they use, and they troll, and then they find, and then they manipulate. You got to be a really good manipulator to be a kid raper and to be in politics. So, basically what I'm saying is any politician would probably excel at kid rape like this sick son of a bitch. He's currently, as we speak, in the Denver County Jail. He has a court hearing coming up, a beautiful Christmas Eve event, when an extradition request will be made to transport him to the county jail in Fresno, California. A press release from the Fresno County Sheriff's Office said that not that long ago, on the morning of Monday, December 14th, the Fresno County Sheriff's Office and Fresno Police Department received a report of a missing 12-year-old Fresno girl. So mom and dad are like, where's our daughter? What's going on? Can you imagine the horror that these people are like, what the hell just happened? They're unsuspecting, We've got a report, an Amber Alert going on of a missing 12-year-old Fresno girl. Early in the investigation, detectives developed information that the girl may have been coerced into running away with this guy. So after their investigation, I think she was talking to some adult who was, convincing her, lying to her, whatever it took to meet up with her. An older man who she had met through social media way back in mid-October. If you're a parent with a child that young, holy shit. If you're not like well into what they do with their phone and what their apps are and what they utilize, that could be a real problem. Now, with Madison, my youngest, she's 18. So, but I don't think I did this when she was that young. I don't think I ever hey, what are you doing on your phone? I think I was like, here's your phone. And then that's it. And I think that was a mistake on my part. I probably lucked out of her being approached by some sick asshole. Who knows? Maybe she was. You never know. Okay. Sergeant Stephen Lewis of the, I don't know how to say it, Fauquier, whatever, County Sheriff's Office said that also on December 14th, the Sheriff's Office got in anonymous calls saying that Nathan Larson, the guy, was going to Fresno to interact with a 12-year-old girl. So they're getting the information comes in, and then all of a sudden a 12-year-old disappears. So they're like, uh-oh, this is legit. Thank God somebody tipped off the police. And it's crazy that someone even knew that this sick asshole was up to this type of a trick, The press release said their information suggested that the girl was possibly headed to Fresno Yosemite International Airport to catch a cross-country flight to Virginia to be with an older man. At this point, detectives with the Central California Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force took charge of the investigation. The press release said that the detectives received assistance from members of Fresno Airport Police and Homeland Security investigations. So basically, they got the info, and they knew that at some point this idiot and the little girl were going to be at the airport. So they tipped off all these different agencies and said, "Hey, APB, be on the lookout. This is what we're looking for. And they fucking found him. It's amazing. This is really, really great. They revealed all this to the Homeland Security Investigations and airport cops, who revealed that a guy later identified to be Nathan Larson was seen with a young girl. The two boarded a plane bound for D.C. The flight was scheduled to have a layover in Denver. So detectives called ahead to law enforcement, said, you've got an incoming a situation with this maniac's got this girl. You got to arrest him. Arrest the dude. Denver police assigned to the local FBI task force located Larson and did just that. Agents rescued the girl. She was uninjured and made arrangements to reunite her with her family in Fresno that night. So this all happened in one day on December 14th. I cannot imagine the terror that family felt. Fresno County Sheriff's Lieutenant Brandon Purcell said in a phone call Saturday, one of the amazing aspects of this case is that from the time we got the first call to the time the girl was reunited with her family was only 12 hours. One of those things, we were so fortunate that things fell into place so quickly. The timing and everything was so amazing. The folks in the airport in Fresno and in Denver were very helpful. Once Larson was in custody, detectives learned more about how the abduction took place. Idiot flew to Fresno from Virginia and then took an Uber to the girl's home. Now, he had been talking to her for extended time leading up to this. He persuaded her to sneak out of the house at 2 a.m., took an Uber to the airport. Larson made her put on a wig with long hair to alter her appearance. He also told her to act as though she was disabled and unable to speak to ensure she would not converse with anyone at the airport while making their way onto the airplane. So basically, he said, all right, I want you to act like a patron of Jimmy's COVID house, okay? Pretend that you're ordering food at Jimmy's COVID house. Okay, sorry, that's a stretch. On December 17th, agents with Homeland Security and the Northern Virginia District of Columbia did a search warrant at the home of the scumbag. And while they were there, the dad of the child raper said, fuck no, you're not going to search this place, and got into a fight with a federal agent. So now this dipshit's rapist dad is also busted. 69-year-old Arthur Larson assaulted a home security federal agent while they were trying to take his hard drive with all the pics of nude kids. This whole thing, what a shit show for this family. What a bunch of maniacs. Again, these are people that live amongst us, walk amongst us. Again, they're probably an alien race. They're fucking everywhere. The internet giveth, the internet taketh away. Back 25 years ago, this type of arrest would not have happened if we did not have the internet. They were able to act so quickly because of internet crime task forces and things like that. So they were able to bust the guy. But it's also the internet that allowed this sick son of a bitch to do what he did in the first place. So it's kind of like, oh boy, we're catching more of them, but their ease of behaving this way is increasing. The press release from the cops in Fresno uncovered Nathan Larson's deeply disturbing background. The release described Larson as, this is what they learned after they investigated this guy, after they took his hard drive. White supremacist, well-known advocate for pedophilia. Like, hey, I'm here. Yay, I'm loud and proud. We should be able to taste children's assholes. What? How do you become an advocate for pedophilia? Huh. This guy runs a website. This Larson, Nathan Larson, the dude who got busted, he runs a website that, quote, encourages the raping of children and the sharing of naked photos and the sharing of video of children being raped. Like, it's a thing. It's actually a thing. Oh my gosh. During the past 2 months, according to the release, Larson was able to convince the girl to send him pornographic images of herself. You might ask yourself, how does this happen? How does you got to understand? Young people can be manipulated and molded by adults if they know what they're doing and they say the right things. Think about anybody that's ever given you a convincing argument about something innocuous or simple. About why your dog should wear a sweater outside. They make elaborate, well-thought points, and you're like, I think I'm going to get a sweater for my dog. This is what's happening here, but on a larger scale, with all sorts of convincing rhetoric and lies to spin something that is not a reality to a young person who already is soft-headed. All kids have this air. They just don't know. They haven't experienced anything in the world. It's easy to do. My God. In 2017, Larson unsuccessfully ran as an independent for a seat in the Virginia House of Delegates in the 31st District. I incorrectly called him a Republican earlier. My apologies. Some of you were waiting to hear, I bet you he's a Republican. I bet you he's a Democrat. All right. He also ran for Congress in 2018. While living in Boulder, Colorado in December of 2008, Larson sent a detailed email to the U.S. Secret Service threatening to kill the president of the United States at the time. He pleaded guilty to that in federal court. He spent 14 months in federal prison over that one. Because of the sophisticated way Larson groomed the girl for abduction and abuse, detectives believe he has victimized other children as well. Yeah, that's probably not his first rodeo. However, law enforcement does not have any reports of such abuse. He's described as a master manipulator. The sheriff who posted this in the press release said pedophiles and predators find ways to manipulate their victims. He had the girl believing things that weren't true. It's all part of the grooming process. As a 12-year-old girl, our victim had no way to conceptualize what was happening or what could have happened to her. Larson is exactly the kind of person we warn parents about. This is the guy. And there's people listening to this right now who have kids that are that age. Yeah. Take a minute and go over that phone. Give me the phone. They're going to bitch. They're going to moan. They're going to claim you're whatever. You're stealing their, hopefully they won't. But just make it a point. I mean, this is a perfect read. Don't think that this can't happen to you. You should absolutely be vigilant on this. And then they give a number in the story about if you think your kids had contact with Nathan Larson, contact this number. We are truly looking for other victims. Now, I'm not saying one of you does, but still. I'll link this up if you want more information on this story. What an elaborate, horrible, thank God, and good police work. I love stories when I hear about excellent police work. It just makes me happy. So the creepiest of the creepy kid touchers is busted. The fact that he's got like a website saying, here's why this is why I'm advocating to rape kids. Oh my God. Talk about the fast track to hell. Burning forever. I mean, there's, like when someone goes to prison at whatever point for something terrible, killing someone or something, and then 55 years later or so, when they're old and withered, they've turned over a new leaf. And, they're probably like leading the church service at the prison. They've been a model citizen at the prison and just been nothing but exceptional for years and years and years. That person might have found God and turned it around and at some point might be able to go to heaven. I don't know. Or maybe they get forgiveness from the family. This could never happen to Nathan Larson. In fact, I say this. Today's award for the asshole of the day is Nathan Larson. Congratulations, Nathan, as you await your extradition hearing on the 24th of December, Christmas Eve. You can know that you've won this award. The Asshole of the Day award is Nathan Larson, and it could be the Asshole of the Year, considering there's only a handful of days left in the year to be able to pull out this award with such authority. With all of the other great possibilities for the year, you are the leader for Asshole of the Year. Wow. Oh, wow. Congratulations. Okay, the F45 Training Center in Byron Center, Michigan is open and ready for you. If you want to train at Byron Center, F45, this is what you do. You get a week free. You go to f45training.com/Byron Center. Right there, it says start free trial. And then you start your free trial. Yeah, fill out a little bit of information. Then you go work out. Group workouts with a personal touch. You got somebody leading the class. Hey, yeah, get your ass moving. Hey, you're doing great. You're looking shitty. It's not quite like that, but an amazing setup there. Group training with a personal touch. f45training.com/Byron Center. The 45, that's how long the workout is. F is for functional. You're going to be a lot stronger. You're going to be more fit, both inside and out. That's a key. You know, I don't know if you know anybody who's all show and no go. You ever run into that person who's like way ripped and jacked and they look super healthy, but, you know, maybe not on the inside? That's because the cardio's not working. Okay? You can lift all those damn weights that you want, but if your heart and lungs aren't there, you're going to be pooped after 1 minute. Okay? The heart and lungs have to be just as strong. That's what they work on. Strength training with cardio training in there as well at F45 Byron Center, Michigan. Byron Center, Michigan. More information at f45training.com. Okay. How about Stella Fly? My gosh. Laura, you are so amazing. She is helping businesses utilize social media to market what it is that they do. Let's say you run, a laundromat, and you're working really hard to make sure that your customers are happy, but you want to grow the business. Okay, what do? I don't have any time. I'm too busy working at the laundromat. I can't even do anything with social media. No, I can't do that. Well, Stella Fly does it for you, okay? You need more information, go to their website, stellafly.com. S as in Sam, TELLAFLY. stellafly.com. When we get back to running road races and triathlons, I will be wearing the gear that says Stella Fly on it because there's a race team that wears their gear. That's the Stella Fly team. That they're the ones that are always like in front of the pack. Thank you to Stella Fly. Thank you to Laura. Okay. And then there's my friends at Horizon Hydroponics, who I know I owe a couple of Growers 101 sessions. Thank you to Horizon Hydroponics. If you're growing indoors, this is who you need. Okay, now you're growing indoors now, and then in the warmer months, you're growing outdoors, whatever. You're growing stuff. If you've got a green thumb and you like to grow things, you got to call upon Horizon Hydroponics to make sure that things are growing appropriately. Now, if you happen to grow cannabis, some of you do, what you don't want is these little shitty plants that yield nothing. If that's the case, something's wrong. You should call upon the experts at Horizon Hydroponics and get advice about how to improve your growing capability. HorizonHydroponics.com, HORIZEN, hydroponics.com for everything you need. You can order online, have it shipped to you. You can order online. You can pick it up. You can go into the store. You can pick it up curbside. You can call them up on the phone. About 1,000,001 options for you. HorizonHydroponics.com. 4 locations, Grand Rapids on Alpine. Byron Center is the growers outlet. Kalamazoo and Lansing. If you're buying online, use the coupon code Zane Show and save 10%. 10%. The Great Paper Plate War 2020. This is what happens when someone like Bleeding Heart Brian listens to the show, late. Okay. Remember I talked about if you're not listening day of, you're getting the show late, like days later, and then you're weighing in on things that are old. That's okay. But I would prefer you to be listening like in the moment. But that's okay. I can still go back. And that's what I'm going to do here. Because this all comes to us over the silly practice by some, including the Queen of the Forest, now some of you are going to describe me as being a total dick here and a nitpicker, but it makes perfect sense here. There is no need when you are in your home to bust out the paper plates at dinner time. Why? What's the big deal? Well, first of all, cost. Second of all, we have plates in this house, plates that you wash every time and put back in there and into the cupboard. And so I threw this out there. Sexy voice Andrea immediately took umbrage with it, and she lit me up and said, just let her do what she wants. So you should let her do that. I was like, no, fuck that. I don't want to that's bullshit. Because you know why? I don't want to be in the business of taking dollar bills and lighting them on fire, because that's what you're doing. And that was my point all along. That was my number one thing. It's like if you're in a household where you're trying to save money or save your money for other things or do something else, that if you're taking paper plates, you might as well just take dollars and light them on fire, because that's exactly what's happening. Why do people use paper plates? Why are they even there? Picnics. That's why you have paper plates. Because when I go to Yogi's Fun Park to have the barbecue or whatever, there's no dishwasher there. Because when I go to Yogi's Fun Park for the family get-together, you don't want to bring real plates with you, dumb shit. Okay? Brian, I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to Diana. I'm talking to you, you fucking moron. You then bring the paper plates. That's what they're used for. And so I had this whole discussion with this fucking moron all day yesterday. Oh, fuck. Where is it? I need to call up this exchange right now. All right. Oh, this went on and on and on. Team Diana on paper plates. Much faster and easier to clean up. Anytime I feel it's unnecessary to dirty a plate, I use paper plates. Paper plates, yes, even for dinner. I wrote, that's because you are stupid as well. Quote, hey, I'm not at a picnic, but I'll waste money on a paper plate and fuck up the environment even more, even though I have real plates and a dishwasher. I'm a dumb cock. End quote. Get the fuck out of here. Dumb shit writes, paper plates are in the same cupboard as my real plates. Based on what I'm eating, I grab the appropriate plate. Not every food item requires a dirty dish. I responded, moron, that's not the fucking point. The point is paper plates are supposed to be used in the absence of plates. Dipshit writes, work smarter, not harder is the point. Why create work when it's not necessary? I wrote, why spend more money when not necessary? Dipshit writes, my time has value, and if I can increase the amount of free time by not washing plates, I negate the cost of a paper plate. I wrote, do you not have a dishwasher? He says, I do. However, I also have a garbage can. And I wrote, this is why you're poor. He laughed. He wrote, it takes time to prep those dishes for the dishwasher. No, it doesn't. Scrape them off, give them a rinse, put them away when I can just toss everything right in the garbage. And I'm not wasting money on expensive dish detergent pods. Then I sent a message to him, a voice message, because I was so pissed off. I forgot what I said and it deleted. He wrote, oh my God, that was great. I think I said something to the effect of, okay, no, I actually remember it because I looked it up. And I wrote, the cost to run the dishwasher, the cost to run it is 17 cents. 17 fucking cents to run your dishwasher. If you put 10 plates into the dishwasher, that's the cost is 1.7 cents per plate. Per plate. I priced a random bag of paper plates, $6.50 for 50. By my math, which is usually wrong, but I think I'm right here, is 13 cents a plate. 13 fucking cents a plate. Do you see the difference there? Now, I'm not making those numbers up. That's the fucking math doing the talking. And then he wrote, oh, my God, it was great. I bought my paper plates from Costco. That brings my cost per plate down to 0.07 cents per plate. I responded with this.
It doesn't fucking matter if it's 3 cents a plate. I still have 1.7 cents per plate reused, not in landfills. How can some bleeding heart fuck not get this? Typically, some idealistic cocksucker like you is sitting there going, okay, environment, shit, we gotta save the earth. I'm a cock. What the fuck? Why am I explaining this to you?
So now, I don't know if Brian just said, it's my goal to get Eric wound up, but motherfucker, you did. Dick continues. You didn't factor in an hourly rate for my time doing the dishes. And I'm like, oh shit. Now you're just fucking with me. He wrote, $35 an hour is what my time is worth. 15 minutes a day minimum. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to go hang myself. He said, don't. There aren't any good entertainment podcasts right now. And I wrote, fuck off. Okay, I'll hold off on the suicide then. He wrote, my wife just bought disposable coffee cups and lids to drink out of. Oh my God, you idiot. I'm probably the worst liberal when it comes to the environment. I go for convenience over conservation. I wrote, shut up and quit using your paper and plastic shit, you twat. I'll make a good effort, he writes, and try to use fewer paper plates. Now go ask Alexa to fart. I'm not sure what he means by that. Oh my God. So there you go. Another combatant in the war between me and whomever on paper plate consumption and the stupidity of that. Ladies and gentlemen, the Christmas star is here. Okay. No, it's not a star. It's a couple of planets that appeared to like star-like. However, I live in one of the cloudiest parts of the entire planet. We all do here in West Michigan. Now, I look right now, I see there is some sun, but motherfuck, 2020 is going to pound us right in our tight little buttholes when it comes to this. And I'm sure enough, I'm guessing that when the time is right, when the once-in-a-lifetime conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn happen, will we be, from the Pink Floyd album, Obscured by Clouds. Adam, you know that one? Pink Floyd's Obscured by Clouds. Great album. I turned to Adam up north. He is probably the greatest music taste of any of the Eric Zane Show podcast listeners. I mean, seriously, this guy. Oh, you know what I should do, Adam? We should do a Insane Asylum radio show where it's your pick only. Like you. In fact, let's do that. I need 24 songs, Adam, and you're going to drive. You would love that. It's the Adam Show on the Insane Asylum. For an upcoming edition of the Insane Asylum, you can pick the music. That might be something we could do for Patreon. Like all Patreon members get to pick the music for the Insane Asylum. That might be fun, but it can't be like Kenny. Kenny's not allowed because he sucks shit at picking music. In fact, I take that all back. I don't want to open up that Pandora's box because it's going to get fucked up. Only Adam is the one who can do it because I trust him. If I trust your musical taste, then you're allowed to do it. So anyway, where was I? Yeah, if this thing gets blocked, if the clouds are blocking, that's going to be an absolute shame considering that this hasn't been seen for like 1,000 years. It's going to be absolutely spectacular. Jupiter and Saturn will appear right next to each other like one. It's going to be so insanely bright. Oh, my God. And tonight, see, because right now, here we are, we're into winter. As of this moment in time, the days will be starting to get longer. And, I always find this to be a great, it's like a moral boost that spring is going to happen. Before you know it, we'll be like, oh, thank God it's coming. The days are getting longer. So just by short little intervals of time every single day, the days will be getting longer. As Thin Lizzy said, won't be long till summer comes, now that the boys are here again. All right. Jupiter and Saturn will appear closer in the sky than the last 400 years. Why did I think like 1,000 years? It wasn't that. Didn't I see one stat of like 1,000 years ago? Today will be the closest Jupiter and Saturn have appeared to most since March 4th, 1226 was the year. 1226. All that we had in the U.S. was trees and natives who lived here. That's it. There was nothing more here in the U.S. in 1226. And so all the people are sitting around, they're like, holy shit, look at that, motherfuck. We did not see that coming. 1226, people sitting around going, oh my God. Wow. So here we are. Tonight is the night, and then that's it. They're still hundreds of millions of miles apart from each other, but they'll look like they're right next to each other. They're so close, they will be so close in the sky that if you extend your pinky at arm's length, you'll be able to cover both planets with just your pinky finger. According to this, who am I quoting? I am quoting NASA astronomer Henry Throop. According to this, when celestial bodies align, astronomers call it a conjunction. But since this one involves our solar system's two biggest gas giant planets, it's technically, quote, a great conjunction because the event is landing on a holiday week. Many have begun calling the formation the Christmas star. And that's what a lot of theologians and biblical folks are saying was what may have happened. This great conjunction may have happened at the birth of Christ. And then the Magi, three kings, little drummer boy, rat-a-tat-tat. They go, oh, man, look at that shit. That's where the Christ was born, man, motherfucker. And then they wander over there, and just below it, and there's a baby. And he's like, yeah, man, this guy's going to make blind people see. He's going to walk on water. He's going to cure Zane's dog. Yes! Oh, my gosh, Jesus. Right there. Online stories about the event have gone viral, and NASA responded by creating a video primer for the event which peaks tonight. So here you go. This event should be visible to almost anyone in the U.S. with a clear view of the horizon. Quote, in order to find the planets in the sky, it's really easy. Just look up. If you can see the sunset, that means you are looking to the west. The southwest, if you are in the northern hemisphere, then you'll be able to see Saturn and Jupiter. You want to go outside maybe 45 minutes after sunset. Let the sky darken a little bit. You don't have to wait until nighttime, and then look toward the sunset. Said Throop, who is an astronomer at NASA. You'll have about an hour of time where you can observe Saturn and Jupiter. Throop says Jupiter will look like the brightest star in the sky. It's not a star, of course. It's simply reflecting the sun. Saturn will be slightly fainter and found above and to the left of Jupiter. On that telescope that I have, which I'm kicking myself because I don't have it on premises, when you look at Saturn, you can see the rings. It's really fantastic. I feel like an asshole that I don't have it. Here I have an event that happens once every 1,000 years, and I don't even fucking have my telescope. What a dick. Throop says the planets are so bright that even people in light-filled cities should be able to see them and potentially even take high-quality photographs. If you can't make it out Monday, he says the solar system's two largest planets will appear nearly as close yesterday and on the 22nd. Yesterday was cloudy as shit. Couldn't see anything. If you're planning to snap pictures, NASA has created a guide to photographing the Great Conjunction. And there you go. The one in 1226 was not visible to many of us here on Earth, according to space.com. Great conjunctions happen on average every 19.6 years. NASA says this month's event, you'll have to hang in there until 2080 to catch the next great conjunction of similar proximity. Fingers crossed that it won't be cloudy where you are. Enjoy that. You remember when that last massive eclipse happened when it got super dark, right? I missed that. I wish I would have driven to a place where it would have been a total eclipse. I want to do that at the next one. But I don't want to miss this one because I don't want to be left, everybody talking about it, and then I missed it because I was doing something stupid. Okay, so hopefully the clouds will not cover it up. As always, I want you to reach out the show. I have an email. It is the Shoreliners Striping inbox. Eric@ericzaneshow.com. Thank you so much for contributing to the show. If you ever want to reach out, just Eric@ericzaneshow.com on the Shoreliners Striping inbox. And there you go. Wow. All right. Just a couple of days away from the great food giveaway. I'll keep you updated on that. And if you have any stories that you want to pass along for me to talk about on the show, do send them my way. I count on you for support on content as well as anything else. Okay. What can I do for the ride-in song of the Eric Zane Show podcast? Boy, I'm kind of stuck on this one. I haven't really thought about it, and that's my fault. But stick around after the music fades. The ride-in song will be taking place for the Eric Zane Show podcast. You folks have a great one. I appreciate you. Until next time, thanks again for being part of the Eric Zane Show podcast. Bye-bye.